Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It's kind of like Michael Jordan saying, "I'm back." We're back. We're both back. It is June 26th, 2026. Episode, was it 13? I believe.
We're
Yeah,
on
episode 13.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, 13. We got Levi, we got Aiden. Again, we apologize. We all of us actually took a vacation. I took a vacation for a short 3 days, 4 days, and then it overlapped with Levi and Aiden both going on vacation. So we apologize. We've been gone for a little bit. So boys, we got to catch up. But Levi, Aiden, how are you guys doing? Did you guys have a family member get hitched recently?
We did, yeah. So it was a fantastic time. Our cousin, she got married, and that was actually when you saw our last episode. I was home in Indiana getting ready for that wedding. So it was an incredible time. And then the following week after, we all got together down in Jupiter, Florida, near West Palm Beach, and uh, got to hang out all together, our family and extended family. Beautiful beach that we like to hang out at. I'll put some pictures and videos here on the screen here. But it was an incredible time. We had a lot of fun. It's just always good to see family, and so long vacation. Obviously, I would have loved to maybe record during that vacation time, but hey, I'm glad to be back here. Glad to be talking about sports. Let's go, man! I can't wait.
Yeah. For those of you that are watching us on YouTube or listening to us on Spotify, we're going through some tech issues right now. Levi is right now talking into a Xbox headset, and then Aiden, he's going through some technical difficulties as well with his camera. So Aiden is still there. So Aiden, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, doing well. Good to be back. Obviously, unfortunate we didn't get to record while we were out, but it's okay at the end of the day. It's family time, so I'm okay with it. It's great though. It was good vacation. Got to get out, get some golfing in while we were out there. Got
Yeah,
2
we did.
rounds in there. So that was excellent, and got to watch the start of the World Cup with some family and extended family and some friends while we were out there, and so yeah,
How did you shoot on the course?
I shot a 111 the second day at the North Palm Beach Country Club, and the first round that we played, I shot like a 115 or 116 or something at I forget what the course is called. It was in Orlando though. But yeah, so not my best work, not my worst work either.
Slowly but surely, you'll break 100.
I just broke 110 today.
Hey, shout out Aiden. He broke 110. Love that.
Yep, I shot a 109 today. So
that a boy. Love that.
Yes,
Levi, we got some rapid fire news, and we got a lot of stuff we got to catch up on. So why don't you take us right into rapid fire news?
Yeah, let's start off. So a lot of things happened while we were gone. Number one, congratulations to the Carolina Hurricanes. They won the Stanley Cup. It was their first title since 2006. It was incredible. Congratulations to the Hurricanes for that.
The Brands Bonanza, yeah! We won the cup!
And then Jordan Staal, he won the Conn Smythe Trophy, and he was the MVP. Smythe, thank you. So, and he was their MVP for the Stanley Cup. In other news, the Knicks, they won an NBA Finals. Their first title since 1973. Congratulations to New York.
Bing bong. Bing bong.
Brunson was, of course, named the Finals MVP. And it was just incredible, man. Just seeing everything about the state of New York after they won was crazy. There was a lot of crazy stuff going on there, even with the parade. Like, I had a friend that went there. He showed me some stuff. It was insane. I couldn't believe everything that took place in New York for that celebration. Last but not least, in MLB news, the Mets have fired their manager, Carlos Mendoza. And that was the third MLB manager that's been fired this season. Lots of drama going on there, clearly, in New York. But, man, I mean, what do you guys think about all this news? What's like some of your key takeaways?
The firing of Carlos Mendoza, which just happened today when we're recording this, I'm not surprised. I mean, a lot of Mets fans have been clamoring and asking for Carlos Mendoza to be fired for a while. The team was just coming off a game where they had 6 errors in one game, which awful. But yeah, we're just catching up on a lot of stuff too. But also like shout out to the NBA draft. It just happened. What was it? A couple days ago. AJ DeBonsa going #1 overall to the Washington Wizards. So AJ DeBonsa, salute. You are now stuck in probably purgatory in AKA the Washington Wizards. So salute.
Yeah,
Good
no,
luck to
shout
you.
out to the Carolina Hurricanes. They were an absolute wagon this year. So it's kind of cool to see them go ahead and lift the cup like that, and in the fashion they did, it was a pretty good beating of the Knights. It was a good series, but they they closed it out strong, so that was nice to see. Congratulations to them. Obviously, big congrats to the Knicks, even though I picked the Spurs. When you're a team like the Spurs and you can't find a way to close out, that's what happens. You blow games. So congrats to the Knicks and way to capitalize on those opportunities as they came. Congrats to Jalen Brunson on that Finals MVP, man. What a player. What a player. Think he
Proved
will
Becky Hammond
uh,
wrong.
I think he will inspire a lot of younger players that don't necessarily have the height of like true NBA point guards. Call him like, saying 6'3", and not that he's short by any means, but he's shorter for an NBA guard. So a
He's
lot of
like what, like
respect to him.
6 foot, 6'1"?
Yeah, he's on the shorter
man.
end for sure. And he's got a good inside game, which you don't see from a lot of shorter guards. So
Bro, he's a dog.
yeah.
Absolute dog. Yeah.
In other
Yeah.
news, we're now on to we're currently in the state of the World Cup. We talked about it a little bit before in our last episode. Obviously, now we're straight into it. We're just getting ready to finish up with all the Group 3 games, and we're going to be moving on to,
No.
um,
Just all the third games in the group stages, not group 3.
Correct.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
yeah. And so now we're getting ready to move on to the knockout rounds. But some of the big news, of course, being Team USA fans, of course. They won 2 out of their 3 games. They actually just lost at the time of this recording yesterday, so which was a little bit disappointing. But kind of going into the stakes of it, of course, it was bound to happen. They weren't going to play all of their starters for as they're getting ready for the knockout round. They already qualified and they claimed their spot. They were the #1 in their group, so not too surprised in the way that game turned out. But overall, I mean, going forward for Team USA, we have a lot to look forward to with them. But what do you guys think? How excited are you guys, and how confident do you think USA can be as we get to the knockout round?
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, Ian.
it's
Go ahead.
yeah, sorry. It's hard to yeah. Anyways, so the US I don't think we ever did predictions for the World Cup if you guys recall. I don't think we ever did on how we thought we
I
would
think we
do.
just talked about like teams that like we're excited to like watch, but like not really give out
Yeah.
predictions.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people were kind of sleeping on the US coming into this year, this World Cup, I should say. Just cuz I mean, we haven't really been the dominant force or even a dominant force in world soccer. Um, Obviously had a decent run in 2022, but got knocked out promptly by the Netherlands 3-1, which was very disappointing. For those that aren't aware, I am probably the biggest soccer fan of this group. I played for 13 years, so it's just like when the World Cup comes around, that's like the only thing I do is watch the World Cup. Um, but those first 2 games against Paraguay and, Australia were just absolutely electric. Fuller and Balogun's just been playing out of his mind, especially that Paraguay game going for 2 goals. And, Pulisic played a phenomenal first game against Paraguay, just splitting 2 defenders and creating chaos in the box to lead to an own goal, and then also assisting, on the second goal of the game to, Balogun. Gio Reyna had a phenomenal finish at the end of that Paraguay game. Outside Trivella's shot, just phenomenal to the side netting. It's kind of first game you want to see from a team, and then that game against Australia. I mean, that was just what outside of the second half at certain points, I mean, that was just pretty much domination. USA pretty much had their foot on the gas. I would say probably about 60 minutes of that game. Kind of got a little looser towards the end there, which was a little nerve wracking, but got the clean sheet nonetheless. And then actually, I'll pass to you, Peter. We can talk more about the Turkey game more in depth here since it was the most recent one.
Yeah, again, like Aiden just nailed it on the head. I think that the US, again, they have a lot of expectations. 'Cause, like, this has been like like the golden group. Like, this is like the group where it's like, if they're gonna win, like, it's gonna be most likely players either this year or like a few years from now, like, that are going to be in this like World Cup group. Like Christian Pulisic has been like, again, like Aiden said, phenomenal. He is dubbed Captain America for a reason. Like, and here's the thing, like, he's not like the guy where it's like you expect him to go out there and like score a hat trick like Messi did in his first World Cup game. Like, he is a guy where it's like he gets into the box and he creates opportunities for his teammates. That's his whole entire goal as a striker. Even though he likes putting the ball in the net, he's creating opportunity, creating chaos in the back line, and trying to get again, like, his other strikers, other midfielders to get opportunities to score goals. But again, like, I like the fact that the US held their own against Australia without him. The fact that they showed that they can hold their own, they can create opportunities. Even though, like, again, like, kind of like what Aiden was saying, it was kind of dicey at certain moments in that game versus Australia. Again, that game was super physical, but again, the US showed the fact that they can play a fast-paced game like they did against Paraguay, and then a physical game like they did against Australia. Obviously, Turkey, like, they just threw that game away because, again, they're trying to rest their stars, get ready for the round of 32. I mean, Pulisic was dealing with a hamstring or a calf injury, Aiden? Which
Left
one
calf.
was it? Left calf? Yeah, so
Yeah.
he was cleared to play, but they decided not to play him. But it'll be interesting because I think they're playing Bosnia Herzegovina. I definitely did not. I'm gonna say
Herzegovina.
Herzegovina. I'm gonna say Bosnia just for
Yeah,
my
that's
sake because like I cannot pronounce that second one. But
That's
I think they're playing them on Wednesday on July 1st. But I think again, like, Bosnia isn't terrible. I think, like, from the games I did see, they kind of remind me a lot of like Australia a little bit, where they're like kind of more on the physical and like try and rough you up type of deal. But I don't know if that's going to work out for round of 32 against like a team like the US that, again, like, they can play on both sides of it. Like, they can play fast and play like stylistic and just like score goals fast, so they can like beat you up and play physical. But what do you think, Aiden?
Yeah, so the key to winning that Bosnia game is really just going to be to kind of continue doing what we've been doing, specifically in regards to the Paraguay and Australia game. Are very much a lot of what we've been doing is, for lack of a better term, I'll call it just kind of the lockdown kind of a method or like a formation where all of our focus is on them on the offensive end. I mean, we're playing our center backs up so high that it opens up our wing backs to kind of playing more of a winger position as opposed to really having to worry about too much I should say about defense, and we just kind of lock them in there at their own half. Now that opens up the opportunity to counterattacks, which is something that we saw against Turkey last night, and Turkey did really well was to get out on the counter. Um, but the big caveat there is, the U.S. was only had two starters on the field. At most, they had four, and that was, I think, about the 75th minute when subs came in. And I think we had four starters on the field at that point. But even then, I mean, you were looking at nine guys who rarely see the field, or maybe not rarely, but are all fighting for the opportunity to see the field more. Um, and they lack, I would say, some chemistry. I think that played a big part into it last night. Saw a lot of mental errors that we had not seen in the first two games. And that led ultimately to the first goal was just a miscommunication, allowed a runner to get through, and he slotted it into the back of the net. But the key to the Bosnia game is going to be to keep up the aggressive play, lock them down, um, play through Serginho Dest and Weston McKennie, and Tyler Adams to clean up the midfield. If Antonio Freeman's son, Alex Freeman, can keep playing the way he's been playing,
Yes.
he's been phenomenal. Um, really, I mean, really, I can't just tell you, and it's been a long time since I think this has really been possible to say. I can't really just say that Christian Pulisic or even like Weston McKennie is the reason that we're playing really well. You know, we're playing really
That's
good
true.
team ball now. We're playing really good team ball, and that's something as a US fan that, you know, I've been longing for cuz we haven't seen that in a long time. So, it's been really really refreshing to see the guys play well together. Some are calling it like a mini tiki taka type of style. Uh I don't know if I'd go that far, but I have seen some really nice passing plays from the fellas. So if we can just keep doing what we're doing on that end, keep up with aggressiveness on the front end. If Balogun can keep using his pace to outpace the defensive backs, I think we'll be just fine.
Nice.
So how confident for you? You know you followed the U.S. Soccer more than any of us, but how confident do you think they can get pretty far in the tournament?
Yeah, well, actually, so that's a good opportunity for me to tie this in. That's why it's so important that we've won our group, right? By winning the group, we've secured ourselves what by technicality is an easier path. I would argue there is no easy path necessarily in terms of soccer, just because it is a game that can go really any way, any day. You know, sometimes it is just a game where the right ball is played at the right time and it ends up in the back of the net, and that's just what happens. Um, that's not to say that good teams aren't good and bad teams aren't bad. Like Argentina is probably going to go out and slam whoever is in front of them 9 times out of 10, unless it's like France or the Netherlands or, Germany. Then those are good games, right? Because they're well matched up. Um, as for what the US could do, in entering the knockout stages, I am confident, in this Bosnia game. I do think they'll get past the Bosnia pretty easily, hopefully, knock on wood. Um, I dare I say, because it's in the US, well, in the North America, I genuinely believe this could be a year where we could see a potential at least semifinal run.
Hmm.
Oh,
I
so you're talking
I
think
about
love
they get in the final four.
yeah, I think that
Oh
I think that
shoot.
we have the
Okay.
team. I think the coaching has been excellent. Um, I think that guys are putting things together well. Again, this is the first time that the US has had a really a world class. I mean, maybe not world class, but like a phenomenal striker who's really technical. Is technically good. Um, like it all we're putting a lot of pieces together that we've missed over the past 20 years. And then I mean, even then you could then look at defense. Chris Richards is a machine in the middle. Tim Ream, who's 38, I think, he's still playing fine. He's been a top defender. He might not have the pace anymore, but he knows where to be and when to be there, and that's a really impressive. That's what makes him really impressive, even at his age, and his ability to be in the right place at the right time. Um, but I do genuinely believe that this team could go far. Uh, is it going to be difficult? Absolutely. Is there a chance? I've heard of rumors where there's a chance where we play a Germany or an Argentina on the way there. Yeah, and if we see them, that could be scary. I don't know. Again, I don't know that necessarily there's truth behind those, but I do know it was
I
possible at one
I'm
point.
I'm looking up the bracket right now, Aiden,
Yeah,
so I can give you confirmation on that.
yeah, I do know it was possible at one point. I don't know if it still is, but it could definitely
Uh
be.
no. We're on the side of the bracket with Brazil,
Oh, dang.
I
Okay, sick.
believe.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I
I
just
think it's
remembered.
Brazil and Argentina are on our side of the bracket, but we don't get to play them until we get to like I think semis.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I just knew I had heard that there was a probability where we could play really any of those 3 teams. Not necessarily in like the knockout round or even the round of 16, but just in general. So
A- Aiden, do you want to know who's going to face each other in the round of 16
who's
if they
that?
both win? Germany and France.
Oh yeah, that would be Germany or
That's a great matchup
Oh
for round of
boy.
16.
France and
Oh,
Norway played earlier today, and France
They're playing.
absolutely just put down Norway
Yeah.
like a sick puppy. It wasn't even close.
Dude, like Dembele had like a hat trick in the first 45.
Yeah,
If I saw
which
that
is
correctly. Oh my gosh.
incredible play from Ousmane Dembele. But yeah,
Yeah.
this US team could do some really special things, especially if the fans keep showing up the way they have. That I think is another crucial point to make. The fans have never shown up quite like they have this year, ever. And so if sorry,
Bless you.
if you can if you can go to a game, if you can afford that, I mean, go and support this team. Uh, every bit of support helps. Like this is one of the best U.S. soccer teams we've probably seen in 40 years. So, like, this team deserves your support. That's probably not true. It's actually probably like 2002, but this team deserves your support. Um, and and yeah, I have high expectations for him. Not necessarily World Cup expectations, but I do think there's a world where if the right things fall in place, we could be looking at a potential World Cup berth for the US. So I should say finals
Nice.
berth, not World Cup berth. Finals berth would be more just obviously,
Like,
but
are
yeah.
you expecting? So, are you expecting them to get like? Because I think you said you want them to like at minimum like expect them to go to semifinals, right? Or like you
Yeah,
think that the max they can get to is semifinals.
My expectation is for them to make the semifinals, and that's probably as far as they get. My hope is that they do go all the way, but I do expect them to at least make a run to at least the semis with how the bracket looks and the way they've been playing. I
Okay.
think that's realistic. I don't think that's unrealistic to say.
Do you know when the last time like the U.S. got past the round of 16? Was that
The
like you said like the one of 40 years
well,
ago or like?
the last time the US even the best finish the US ever had was in 1950 or 30, 1950. One of either 30 or 50. I'm mixing them up right now in my head. Where they finished third. It was the very first World Cup. I'm pretty sure it was 1950. Very first World Cup,
No, I think no
and they finished
30s. I
third.
think that's
Is
30s.
it
I think it
30s?
was yeah. I think it's
I'm mixing
30s.
them up right now off the top.
wow.
Yeah, so that's the best finish the US has ever had. I don't know. I don't think they've ever made a semi, if I recall. I don't think they've ever made the semis.
Well, since then,
Outside, yeah, like I don't think they've ever made the semis since, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, even us winning our first 2 games of the World Cup, it was the first time that happened in 95 years. So,
oh my gosh.
That's an insane
or
amount
not,
of
we
time.
not,
we are not a
yeah,
soccer country before this year.
yeah. So,
Woof.
yeah. So, unfortunately, uh, we've not had a lot of success in the past, but I think we're finally getting to that point where we can put that behind us and say this is the new US men's national team, and we're not going to go out there and get pushed around. We're going to go out there and punch you in the face. Like, we're going to go out and play good ball. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean,
Nice.
I guess I'm just curious. Who's the team we fear the most right now in the World Cup?
based off of what Peter was saying on our side of the bracket, it's Brazil and Argentina. I don't think there's anybody else on our side right now. Maybe the Netherlands could be on our side. I don't think they are though.
As of right now, like the teams that are notable that haven't gotten a position yet is England, Netherlands, like those types of teams. Like they haven't qualified
Okay, yeah.
yet because their group is not yet done. Again, we don't know if England's going to be in our side of the bracket because I think at
Yeah,
one
that
point people
hasn't
were
been
saying
set
that like
yet.
we could have played England on like July 4th in Philadelphia, where I'm like, if that happens, people might die.
That unfortunately isn't possible, as sick as that would be.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
Fiddlesticks.
I wish that
That
was
would have
happening.
that would have been probably the best thing to ever happen to America in like a very long
Oh,
time
for
if we had
sure.
to play England in Philadelphia on the 250th anniversary of the nation. I'm pretty sure the Liberty Bell would be like being paraded around like
Oh, the
Philadelphia.
bell's gone.
Like crazy.
The bell's gone. It's getting destroyed.
Yeah, the bell's gone.
Destroyed the factory,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Peter, I
done.
would like to say, actually, so I'm looking at the Bleacher Report bracket, and it looks like the U.S. doesn't have Brazil and Argentina on their side. They're actually on the opposite side.
Oh, my bad.
Correct.
Okay, I was looking at the
All good.
ESPN one. They're kind of shocked.
No problem. So we do have the Netherlands on our side. We have Germany on our side, and Morocco. I would say those are the teams to watch out for right now on the U.S. side of the bracket.
Germany's on our side of the bracket
Yep.
with
Well,
France.
I know with you, of course.
France is not.
They're France. France is
At least not yet.
no,
I don't
yet.
have.
Could-
Well,
I don't have that filled
the one
out
I'm
yet.
the one I'm seeing on ESPN says that Germany gets to play the third winner of either the groups from A, B, C, D, or F.
Yeah, I'm
While,
seeing that here too.
France
actually.
wins the third group of C, D, F, G, and H, and if both of them win, they play each other in the round of 32. Excuse me, the round of 16
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
seeing that now too. That's
on July 4th.
It's weird how they have this set up.
Yeah, it's again. I'm just pointing that out to people. We have no idea. The bracket is yet not completed yet because teams are still
Not yet.
getting done with group stage as we're recording
Yep.
this.
Oh,
Right
that was fun. Yeah, and this actually, I just noticed this bracket that I was looking at from 23 hours ago, so it actually hasn't even been updated for today.
Yeah, I think mine last got updated. I think they said around. Yeah, I think mine on my phone is saying the last time it got updated was about noon today. So it hasn't had any of the matches from today's games yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either
Well,
way,
like
assuming
said,
let's just assume teams in general to watch out for. It's going to be the obvious ones: Argentina, Spain, Germany, the Netherlands, France. Obviously, those are going to be the teams to watch out for. Even South Africa, I should have mentioned them before. Morocco, those are the teams that if we do have to play, that could be really difficult. Those
course,
are
you being a
really
Messi
really good
fan.
teams.
of course.
Yeah, of course. Well, if we have to play Argentina, I might have to cry because I will have to cheer against my goat. But
I
Good
better
right there.
I better see you on a live stream with Levi, and you are just painted out in red, white, and blue, buddy. Dude, I feel like that's something that we should do though. Should we like live stream? If like we get into like the round of 16, like the round of 8, where it's like should we just do like a live stream and stuff like that?
Leave a comment if you want to see us do a live stream. That
Yeah,
would be fun.
or just like let us know on like social media if you want it.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Moving on here.
well-
Sorry, go ahead, Aiden.
yeah, I was just wondering, did you guys have any teams that were impressing you? And then I can kind of close that out for us.
I was really just gonna say France. I mean, obviously that's what, at least from what reactions I was actually at work, people saying that France is the one that they think will probably be the best. I don't know if that's just because they're 3-0 right now in the group play, but they do look like they'd be a pretty big threat. Also, maybe Spain potentially. I believe tomorrow night. I can't remember if it's was it Algeria and Austria, I believe. If I'm getting that right, they supposedly could try and tie because the winner of that has to go play Spain. And so it's like, okay, well, what if we just agree to tie so that way we don't even have to go up against Spain? So
Yeah. I think the team that's impressed me the most has been Mexico. I think Mexico has done a pretty darn good job. It's not like their group was actually pretty impressive. I mean, they had Serbia, who, if I remember correctly, Aiden, didn't like Serbia go to the title game in 18?
in 18. No,
Or was that
18 it was
Croatia?
France. 18 was no, never mind.
It was
No, wait, it's
it was
France
in
and
Russia, right?
yeah. Well, it's France because France won it. I think it was. I think it was
Was that
Croatia.
was that was that s- was that Serbia or was that Croatia?
I'll
I
look
think
it
it
up
was
really quick.
Croatia. Yeah, I think it's Croatia. But I've been impressed with Mexico. I mean, like South Korea's not an easy team to get past.
Yeah, it's
They won all
Croatia.
their games, and it was okay. So my bad, Croatia. It was
Nope, you're good.
Croatia. But like Mexico's been impressive to me. Like they've done a pretty phenomenal job. Oh, they didn't play Serbia. My bad. I was looking at
Nope,
again. ESPN's been not great for me lately today.
you're good.
They beat South Africa, which again that's not an easy game to win. Then they play South Korea, not an easy game to win because South Korea is actually pretty good. And then they beat Czechia or
Czechia.
Czech Republic. Again, like they haven't allowed a goal all World Cup so far, which has been very impressive. I think that they're a sleeper team to probably get into that final 8 group if they get a good draw. But I think that's been like the one team that has stood out to me because they've been pretty solid both on the offensive end and defensive end.
Yeah, to close us out here, and then I do unfortunately have to run, fellas. I do apologize. Um, but for me, I have like 4 teams I would say that have been really impressive to me. First one is going to be obviously the USA. Again, I expected a lot out of them, but expectation isn't reality, and I am impressed that we are 2-0-1 right now. I again, I guess I expected it, but what the reality was is I had no idea what they were actually gonna do, so they've been very impressive to me, and I didn't expect them to kinda play really. I mean, they played dominating football the first 2 games. Um, Second team for me is gonna be Ecuador. Uh, Shout out to, Nico and Christy. Levi knows who I'm talking about. Specifically Christy, but uh, Ecuador on the brinks of elimination found a way to get it done yesterday against Germany and win 2-1. Um, and I think that was enough to get them through. I'm not sure if it was, but I think it was. And so if it was enough, shout out Ecuador. That's super sick. I'm super happy for them. Um, Next one's gonna be the Ivory Coast. Uh, they I I want to say this is their first ever World Cup, if I recall. I know there were like 3 teams that there was their first World Cup. I
I
can't remember
don't
if they were
believe
one of
so,
them.
Aiden. I think they were. I think they, if I remember correctly, I think they were in the World Cup in 14, if I remember correctly.
Okay, I couldn't remember if they were one of the ones this was their first or not, but super awesome for them. Well done
No,
to them.
I think you're confusing Ivory Coast with DR Congo, if I'm or Curacao.
Well, then, yeah, them Curacao, and then I think Cabo. I think it was also their first World Cup, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Um,
Yeah, I think that's right.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. So I have the U.S., Ecuador, Ivory Coast, um, and then and Norway. Norway is obviously a good team, but I didn't expect them to really perform as well as they did. Aaron Holland has been playing out of his mind. Obviously, they got smoked today, but really doesn't matter. They knew they were through anyways. And then finally, South Africa. Um, they are 1-1-1, second in Group A at the moment. I think that should hold. Yep, it will. Just double checking the standings there. Uh, that Czechia game. I mean, that I don't know if you guys watched that Czechia game, but that was unbelievable. Um, Late in the game, I think it was the 80th or so minute. South Africa tied it up, and realistically, they dang near could have won that game. If you watch that game, they had opportunity after opportunity late in that game where that could have won the game. They played their hearts out and they have found a way to advance. So shout out South Africa. Those are my 5 teams so far that have impressed me. Uh, I'm sure there are going to be even more impressive performances coming up as we get even deeper into this World Cup run. So,
Yeah.
but, yep,
And also, shout out Norway. Those fans are awesome. Like, I love that
yeah,
celebration when they do like the rowing the boat, which is what I was just doing, Levi.
yeah,
If you're if you're
I was
I do
wondering what
like
you
the
were trying to
row.
do there.
yeah.
No, like
They're
seriously, post
awesome.
game wise, they do like the row the boat type of thing where like they bang a drum, they go oh, and they're just like all rowing. Like the
Yeah,
teams are doing it with the fans post game. I'm like, this is awesome. I
yeah.
love it.
If you're watching this and you are a foreign fan, who's either visiting the U.S. for the team or visiting the U.S. for your team, or just even just watching it at home. I I guess this is more specifically to those that are visiting. I hope you're loving the U.S. We love it here for a reason. It's, in our opinions, the greatest country on earth, and will stand by that. I don't care what anybody says. But I hope you're enjoying the U.S. I hope everyone's been hospitable. Shout out Scotland, Norway. Shout out Freddie. Shout out Freddie, man. Like,
Oh man, I love
it's just
Freddie.
it's been awesome to see the stories coming out of this World Cup and just bringing
Dude,
people
that
closer together.
Germany fan
So,
is just like going through the best like North American experience of all time because he's like I just went to this place called Bucky's and I'm just like this is great. I love
yeah, or
this.
going to Taco Bell and calling it the Holy Grail or whatever you call it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, have
They're
you
just
heard
like,
about?
or like that
Have
one
you,
person that went to Whataburger is like, this is the best thing I've ever had in my life. I'm like, Whataburger? I'm like, seriously? Or like, no, there was an England fan that was in Dallas and he went to Chick-fil-A. He goes like, oh, because he knew like this was like a Christian like restaurant chain. And he goes like, the Lord does bless this chicken. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
have you heard about the visitors that are trying to smuggle ranch out of the country?
Yes,
Yeah.
I saw Bro, I saw like I think it was like Hidden Valley like announced like they're gonna like start like making like ranch like travel packets so like fans can like
Yeah, TSA
fly back to
compatible.
their
Oh
country
my
with
god,
ranch. It
that
is
was what it
so
was.
funny. I'm like, this is amazing.
I
Yeah.
think TSA might have even reached out to something about like, please, if you're trying to smuggle ranch, put it in your checked bag, not your personal. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I just
It's
love it.
so
I love it. So random that they love ranch so much, but man, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Aiden's always a big
Yeah.
lover of ranch.
True. But with that, fellas, unfortunately, it
Aiden
is
Hunt,
time
lover
for
of
me
ranch.
to run. I'm so happy I got to be a part of this, at least for the start. Unfortunately, again, that it is a short 10 year in this episode, but we'll get back to it. So thank you everybody that's watching. We appreciate it. I am out of here though. See you fellas later.
Okay, we'll
All right,
see you later.
Aiden.
All right, so in other news, we're now moving on to a little bit of football, kind of mix of both NFL and college football. Reason being is the biggest drama that's coming out of football right now is Brendan Sorsby. First off, he's not going to be playing for Texas Tech this year. He's going through this gigantic gambling scandal. I believe over the past 4 years, he has gotten about $90,000 worth of money, and that's just from gambling alone on maybe even higher, you're saying. It's
It's definitely higher.
all coming from football games that he bet on. And part of those were probably, I would assume, likely games that he even played in. But the number one thing is you can't do that.
Allegedly.
But despite all of it,
do you want me to get like more detail, Levi, about like what this like all this happening, and then like, we can catch up with the whole drama? Because I've been following this like a hawk on
yeah,
give
us a little bit of a sum up. Give a little sum up,
Okay.
Peter.
So, for those of you that don't know, I'm a huge, massive college football fan. Levi follows Ohio State like, like some person that loves somebody like close, right? I'm just a college football fan. I love college football in general. So, Brendan Sorsby leaves the University of Cincinnati this past year, transfers to Texas Tech. Gets a $5 million NIL deal, which is like one of the richest NIL deals, I think, in college football.
Insane.
It's insane. What happened was back that I think it was like about what, Levi, like mid-May, late May.
Yeah.
It comes out that that Sorsby checked himself into a rehab clinic for a gambling addiction. Which, one, good for him. I'm glad that he's just, like, knows the fact that, hey, I have an issue, checked himself into rehab, taking the steps to get healthy, both mentally and possibly physically, if like this gambling addiction has taken a toll on him. Good for him. But after this came out, the fact that he went to a rehab clinic, it opened the floodgates in terms of how long has he been doing this, why is he doing this, so on and so forth. So we got to go back, I think, all the way, I believe, to about his senior year in high school.
Mhm.
He started logging on to, I believe it was a family member's gambling account.
Yeah.
I don't know if
yep,
it was like a DraftKings, FanDuel,
Mhm.
or like just like some other gambling site. He started logging onto that site and started placing small little bets, like $10, $5, like small little bets. And then he did that in high school. Then he went to the University of Indiana pre Kurt Signetti hired there,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
he still did that. Like, he was still gambling, even though, number one, it's underage gambling. That's a big no-no. But also, two, in college athletics, that is a massive no. Like,
It's a big deal.
it's a massive deal. Again, I know it. I've talked to college athletes a lot, like both former and current. Like, they are like, that's a strict like zero tolerance policy. You cannot gamble on professional or college games when you're a college athlete. That is a
Absolutely.
hardcore rule. He did it anyways. He was taking his NIL money, started again small bets, but then it started increasing to larger amounts since he has NIL. He then, Chris Signetti gets hired at Indiana. He transfers to Cincinnati. He starts playing at Cincinnati the last 2 years, and basically he kept on doing it. Now he transferred to Texas Tech rehab clinic. We're all caught up. Now, through this investigation that various reporters did, I believe it was like he bet like 9,000 separate bets, Levi, to the equivalent, I believe it was almost like $900,000. Not 90,000.
900,000.
I think
Really?
it's 900. Can you look that up real fast? I could be wrong. I think it is
I
900,000.
was pretty yeah, because I was pretty sure it was $90,000.
Again, I could be wrong. But I think it was like 9,000. Like, I think he said like 9,000 bets, and it was like either 90,000 or 900,000. I think it's the former. Is it 90,000 or is it
Yeah,
900,000?
yeah, it's Brandon Sorsby. Yeah, it was $90,000.
$90,000. Okay, so my bad. I thought it was higher. So $90,000, still a lot of money. That is a lot of money that he placed on bets.
Yeah, it's,
So basically, if you haven't been catch up with College Football World, NCAA intervenes, says Sorsby is permanently ineligible. He cannot play another game in college sports ever again, because through this investigative journalism that various people did, they found out that he bet on college sports, which is already no, you can't do it.
mhm.
He bet on professional, which is like, people are like, like it's professional, it's whatever, but like it's still no rule by the NCAA. You can't do it. And then it was later found out the fact that during his time at Indiana, again, it was not confirmed through the reports that he bet on or against Cincinnati during his time at Cincinnati.
Yeah,
That has not been found out. All we know is the fact that he did bet, I think it was against Indiana a couple of times. I think he bet for Indiana a couple of times on various different prop bets. I think it was like the team total or like the spread or something like that.
yeah.
With that being said, like he sued the NCAA, tried to gain his eligibility. Then a judge from Lubbock, Texas, which is where Texas Tech is located at, said, yeah, you can play. Which, that's a whole separate thing I will get into with you, Levi, because that's a lot of litigation talk that I'll get into. But after that judge said he's allowed to play, it was like Pandora's box just flung open.
You got butting heads going on right now.
A lot. And basically the public backlash was so severe that Texas Tech had to put out like a statement. Then they had to put out, and Levi, they put out the cringiest, worst, like 20-minute PR video I have ever seen in my entire life. It's on their YouTube page. It's still up there, and it
Really?
is,
Wow.
dude. You have to watch it, or like you can like pull it up on your screen, like you know,
Mhm.
like as we're talking about this. It's bad. Like I watch it and never like the first 5 minutes. I'm like, I have never seen grown individuals in positions of power at an athletic department put their foot in their mouth harder than what Texas Tech did. It was
Yeah.
bad. And then what happened was Texas Tech and Brendan Sorsby decided to mutually part ways after this whole entire fiasco came to a head, which meant that, and then Texas Tech was like, yeah, you can keep your $5 million that we gave to you in NIL. We're not going to recoup the loss, which is insane
That is
on its
crazy.
own
Yeah.
part. And then it comes to a head with the whole NFL supplemental draft thing, where the NFL was supposed to hold a supplemental draft for Brendan Sorsby, but then the NFL decided to cancel that supplemental draft because I think I think one NFL rep said that it violated the collective bargaining agreement to bring in someone who would, in their terms, if he was a player to be drafted, he violated the CBA because he broke the rules of the NFL and he gambled on
Of course.
on the sport itself, which is more than reasonable. But I think right now, I think there is a possibility. I saw an article, I think a couple of days ago, that Sorsby is potentially going to sue the NFL to try and get the supplemental draft back on. But as of right now, he's the only time that he can get drafted is 2027 as of right now. But sorry for like me doing the whole history lesson to sum this up.
Yeah, I mean, and this just came out today too. The CFL's not even going to allow him to join. The CFL, we're talking about the CFL, and Brendan Sorsby's not even allowed to join that league either. So it's the whole sum up. Like, there's a big rule. If you are an athlete in any sport, do not gamble. Period. Like,
Well,
why
it's not
would
just do not gamble. Do not gamble on the sport you play in.
yeah, even more
We've
specific.
seen that. Like, it was that one guy from the Raptors for the NBA. Like, he got banned for life from the league because he gambled on the games. I believe Terry Rozier right now is underneath investigation. He's indefinitely suspended by the league for gambling on NBA games. You had like Calvin Ridley, I think a few seasons ago. He got suspended what, like 4 games? No, he got suspended.
yeah.
I think was it 4 games or the whole season? It's one of those two where he got
remember.
suspended for gambling on the NFL games. Like, that's like, and like, Levi, I definitely know you don't follow baseball as close as Aiden and I do, but like Emmanuel Clase and like another pitcher for the Cleveland Guardians, they're both indefinitely suspended right now because the MLB is looking into whether or not they actually gambled on certain prop bets on certain games that they were supposed to be in, which is crazy. But it goes back to the whole, like, that's like the one universal golden rule in sports is the fact that do not gamble on the sport you play in. And he violated that for 4 years.
And not only did he violate it, but I mean, he made a whole lot of money compared to maybe some of these other guys who have done in the past. Maybe wasn't quite as intense, but this dude got away with $90,000 for the sport he plays. And who knows? Some of those games
he bet 90,000. He didn't win 90,000. He bet 90,000. We don't know how much he won though.
Okay, but and then who knows? I mean, some of those games could have very well been in games that he actually participated in, which then probably starts raising the question if he, would intentionally win or lose or have certain plays so he could make his money. So a lot of speculation, of course, there. But it's just crazy that you would even go about this. You know that the leagues are going to find out about this. This is not something you can just cover up. This money's going to come out of nowhere, and there's going to be a little bit of suspicion. So I just think it's crazy, and I think it's rightfully justified that the NCAA is not going to let him play. I'm glad that I mean, Texas trying to allow him to play, definitely a little bit biased trying to get him to play for Texas Tech. 100%, that should be denied. The NCAA should not be giving any leeway, there's going to be a lot of backlash. The NCAA already has a bunch of other problems, and the last thing you want to do is go and mess something up with their enforcement of gambling. So I'm glad that the NCAA has done this.
Can I answer?
Go.
Okay. The fact that, and Levi, you touched on this a little bit. The fact that the public was on the side of the NCAA. Do you know how hard that is?
Yes.
Like, that's crazy that the public was like, yeah, the NCAA is 1,000% within their rights to deny this dude eligibility. And here's the problem, too, and this is something that I'm going to get into. This is a pet peeve of mine. I absolutely do not like it when the media was like, well, he's a kid. He's a kid. Guys, Brendan Sorsby is in his 20s. He's an adult.
Yeah.
Like, when you are a college athlete, you're not a young kid. You are a legalized adult. Like, you're 18 plus.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you're saying, well, he's a young kid, he just made mistakes. No. Like, I hate to break it to you, but it's like, when you violate a company policy, you get fired. Or you get a very harsh, like, penalty or suspension or something.
Yeah.
Like, Sorsby broke, like, the golden rule. Yeah, like, I hate to break it to you, Pete Rose got banned for life because he bet when he was a manager of the Reds. And he is still not back in the sport. And the MLB is hard stout in the fact that they're never going to bring him back in. Because you want to know why? Because he's a pariah. He's the guy where it's like, you guys want to do this? This is your consequence. Brandon Sorsby is literally not the modern day version of Pete Rose, because I think personally for me, I don't think he was that good to begin with as a QB. Not to knock on Brandon Sorsby, but I think, like, compared to other QBs in college football, I think there's a lot other better QBs I would have gone with other than Brandon Sorsby. But it's crazy to me that there are people who are like, oh, but he's a young kid, he makes mistakes. Dude, he's in his 20s. He's not a young kid, he's a young man who made a litany of terrible decisions, and they finally caught up with him. Again, I'm happy that he's getting the help that he's getting, but I personally have the mindset of he should never touch the gridiron again. Because as a teammate, I can't look at you and trust you if you decide to violate the integrity of the game to bet. I just can't do it.
I mean, yeah, and if I like to look at it in this way, you mentioned it there, like being a teammate. Like, if you're playing in the NFL and you play with Brendan Sorsby and he's your QB, do you really want to play with a guy who potentially could have bet on this game we're about to play? Let's just say he's going up against the Ravens, and then he's like, oh, he's not gonna say it, but he put a bet that his team is gonna lose to the Ravens, and I wouldn't really want to trust that, especially if it's intentionally trying to lose to make some money. I wouldn't want to trust that. So I'm like you said, I'm glad he's getting the help that he's receiving for it. It's an addiction, and we all deal with our struggles. But again, you make mistakes, and there has to be consequences for it. So I personally am in the field of saying that Sorsby should not even be allowed to touch the gridiron once again. There's no room for stuff like that. The NCAA, the NFL, they will not tolerate that. It's a big deal. There's always stuff in all sports that we hear about with this gambling addiction, gambling in the sports particularly. You cannot do that as a player. It's just not right, and it loses the integrity of the game. You should not do that. So I wish you best of luck in life. I mean, good luck at your McDonald's job.
God, I wouldn't wish that on my own worst enemies. That's crazy. But yeah, again, like I'm of the mindset, like, I hope that he, like, the rehab that he's in right now, I hope it works out really well. But again, like, I just think for, like, him personally, for his own well-being, he needs to step away from the sport. Because again, dude, like, $5 million that you got for never playing a game for Texas Tech, that is generational wealth. Like,
yeah,
dude,
like,
like, if you want to gamble, do the stock market, dude. Like you can play that
Yeah.
game. That's literally legalized gambling in the stock market. So, like again, salute. You did your service, you did your time, and again, like if you're smart, Brendan Soares, but like you're just like very very carefully take care of your money and just like save that for your family, for your eventual like family when he has a family for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. We had some massive trades occur in the NBA. We just dealt with the
Could
NBA draft, but
could the
couple days-
NBA like relax for like 20 seconds after the finals got done?
they were very, I will say they were very quick. I mean, what was it? Probably just a week after the finals game that we got to the NBA draft. Isn't that quick? It's insane how quickly
It was like a week and a half, like 2 weeks after the finals got done. Like, meanwhile, the NFL is like, yeah, like, we have to wait for like, was like 3 months after almost like 3 months after the Super Bowl's done. Jeez Louise.
I
And
know.
plus, too, it's like then like literally like they start trading players like left and right, and I'm like, what are we doing? Like, I literally was like trying to get a script done for this episode, and then LaMelo Ball gets traded. So like
Yeah,
ugh.
I know. We got and so I mean, our biggest players were LaMelo Ball getting traded to the Wolves, and then Giannis getting traded to the Heat. Some massive trade news going on in the NBA right now, and we knew the Giannis one was going to be happening. We just weren't sure when it was going to happen and how it was going to happen.
I just want to point this out. If we go back to the episode when we said where is Giannis going to get traded, I literally said the Miami Heat.
He's got it down.
Ladies and gentlemen, I swear to the holiest of all deities, if you believe in God, Jesus, or whatever other higher power you believe in, I do not have a script. I did not know that Giannis was going to get traded to the Heat. When he got traded to the Heat, I was surprised as everyone else was. I thought he was going to get traded to the Celtics for a quick second.
If he's speaking right on that, you're going to see a clip right here of him saying that. So, but yeah, I mean, if that's true, props to you, Peter.
I think overall, I think a good landing spot for Giannis would be the Miami Heat, because you definitely know Pat Riley is going to have a zero tolerance policy on the drama.
Man, that's crazy, but I don't know how do we feel for these two trades? I mean, what was the most surprising?
All right, so I'm gonna break down both trades because I have it both up.
Yeah.
Levi, I think you can go on like NBA Trade Tracker on ESPN. You can also pull it up on the screen for people watching us on YouTube. But for our audio listeners, Giannis got traded with Bobby Portis to the to the Miami Heat. The Bucks got back Tyler Hero, Kel'el Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and Kasparas Yakachonis, as well as the 2026 first round pick this year. I forget who they used it on. Levi, if you can pull up the draft team and find out what I think it was like the 13th overall pick was. Then they got a first round pick in 2031, 2033. They got 2030 first round pick swaps, as well as like those 3 picks I just mentioned. Those are also first round picks, and a 2033 second round pick for the Milwaukee Bucks. Levi, did you find out who they drafted for that 13th overall pick?
13th. Let's see. They drafted Nate Ament from Tennessee.
Nate Ament, from Tennessee. Yep. So overall, like that's what happened with the Bucks. I thought the Bucks. I'm gonna give them an A+ on this. I thought the Bucks like grand slam out the park, blind robbed the Heat. Because here's the problem with the Heat. Outside of Bam Adebayo and potentially Norman Powell if he re-signs with the Heat, dude, their roster is like I can find a YMCA team that could probably be as talented as the Miami Heat, because they got nobody outside of Bam and Giannis, albeit 2 great rim protectors, but buddy, they might be holding out some tryouts in Miami Beach because they got nobody to play for them. I did see reports though that the Heat were very disheartened the fact that they had to give up Kasparas Yakachonis. He went to University of Illinois, and I think that he is going to be an all-star caliber player because He's like 6'6", plays point guard. Not the best defender, but he has like a great eye for the game. Tyler Hero just won I think it was he won 6th man of the year, like not this past season, but I think the season prior. Khalil Ware has a lot of upside, and Jaime Jaquez Jr. I think got also votes for 6th man of the year. I think it was a few seasons ago as well. So they got essentially 4 really good, like to starting lineup caliber players in one trade. And on top of that, they get out of Giannis's contract and free up a ton of cap space too. So I think the Bucks just A+ for the Bucks. I give the Heat like a C. Because even though they did get Giannis, which is a massive plus, like Bobby Portis is what, 33? And he's a bench player, role player.
Well, see, here's my other thing too. I wanted to touch on Tyler Hero there. I mean, I feel like if you were going to make this trade happen, you did have to get rid of a big guy, and obviously being him. But do you really think that's even a smart decision? I mean, if you look at it this way, Tyler Hero is still younger than Giannis. Giannis is getting older. Not necessarily saying that he's going to have bad ball play, but does that really make sense to go and put all this effort in for Giannis and trade, one of your best players out there, arguably?
I think they had to for the sake of like name for name type of deal, because like even though like Tyler Hero's not on the same caliber as Giannis, I was like, it's still like, oh, Tyler Hero, like you definitely know him. He's like a person to draw attention for Bucks fans to go back into the arena. But I mean, for the Heat, it's like it's either they had to give up Tyler Hero, they had to give up Bam. They had to give one of the two. Those are the only 2 notably good players they had on the roster, because they don't have Jimmy Butler on the roster anymore. And also too, like they had to pay the piper essentially, and the fact that they had to give up those tons of draft picks too, because like the Bucks, Levi, they don't have. I think it was after 2026. They didn't have their own draft pick, I think, till like 2030.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I think they traded the Bucks traded every rights to their own picks to like 2030. So for them to get this year's pick, go into kind of a semi kind of rebuild, even though the fact that they do have like a starting lineup of like good caliber players, they do get 2031's the full rights to that pick, 2033 the full rights to that draft pick, and then a swap with the Heat. And here's the thing: if the Heat bottom out, the Bucks probably get that pick. They could get a lottery pick in 2030. So for them, it's like they have a whole new core. They get done with the whole Giannis drama of like, will he stay? Won't he stay? Is he going to bet on whether or not he's going to get traded on Kalshi because he's now a co-owner of Kalshi? That whole drama's done. And I think for Bucks fans, like they're just happy that he's gone, because I think that they are just tired of like that whole saga, and he's just being dramatic and saying, oh, like I don't want to leave, I want to stay, but I actually kind of want to leave. Like it's gotten irritating to the point.
There was, before the whole trade happened, there was only it kind of tells me on how important Giannis must be as a player in the NBA right now, because only 3 teams reached out. Obviously the Heat, the other 2 were the Celtics and the Knicks. So I know we had all the drama, and we had a whole episode where we talked about the Giannis drama, but is how crucial of a player is Giannis nowadays, especially if you only had 3 teams that were remotely interested in him?
Well, the problem is too is the fact that the Heat could do it because like they had enough cap space to do it. I think the Knicks could have done it, but the problem is like it would have been very hard for them, because mind you, like they have a championship caliber team. They just won the finals. They could have done it, but they would have had to gut almost a majority of the team that they just won the finals with to get Giannis, which I feel like for them doesn't really make sense to like potentially trade like Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, potentially Mitchell Robinson if he was under contract for Giannis, as well as a plethora of picks, which they don't have because he traded those picks for Mikal Bridges. So the Knicks just didn't make sense. The Celtics one was kind of interesting because the Celtics could have potentially most likely moved on from Jaylen Brown, which we're going to have to do another episode on him because he's been causing a lot of drama in Boston recently. I think it would have been like, I think a lot of people were estimating the fact that it would have been Jalen Brown, Peyton Pritchard, and I think a litany of picks as well to get Giannis to pair up with Jason Tatum. But obviously that fell through because I think the Heat one is 100% more enticing because the Bucks just did a masterclass in terms of like literally like, having their future be brighter now than it was before the Giannis trade was.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And maybe we'll have to bring on Mr. Bryce Brown, our local Bucks fan, to kind of give us some more insight on how he feels
Yeah,
about
and
that. So
and, and then your other roommate Nico is also a Heat fan, so that's
true.
also
And
interesting.
our roommate Nico is also a Heat fan, so it'd be, hey, he's given his takes on Giannis, so I will be very interested to hear what his takes are
Right.
on Giannis.
And then we had the
being there.
LaMelo Ball trade that happened yesterday.
That one was the most shocking out of all the trades that went down. I
Dude,
wasn't.
I heard. Yeah, go ahead. I'm cutting you off.
I
Go
was
ahead.
I was just saying, it was completely unexpected, kind of a out of left field for me. But my initial reactions when I saw it, I'm like, you know what? For the Timberwolves, this is actually pretty good. He gets to go play there with Anthony Edwards. That's gonna be pretty scary if you ask me. But Peter, I want to get your kind of take. What happened here with this LaMelo Ball trade? What even spurred the Hornets to make this? Did it have anything to do with the draft? What was kind of going on there behind the scenes?
So I just want to point this out. On, I believe it was not yesterday because he got traded yesterday, but the day prior, June 24th, Shams from ESPN reported, "Hey, the Hornets are shopping around LaMelo Ball." Which one I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." I would have thought that they would have like fielded out the offers and like probably taken like maybe a week, maybe two to see what teams were offering. I did not expect it to be like, snap your fingers, he's gone. Like in 48 hours. I'm like, whoa. Like that was like 24 hours, he's just gone, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I think for the Wolves, this is kind of a desperation move because they are like right there in terms of like, are they a finals caliber team? Which is hard because like right now you still have the Thunder who they're going through their whole, cap crunch situation. I believe they just traded Isaiah Joe today, which is bad for them because he was a good role player. I think they're also trading. I think they trade away a couple of other role players too that were on their bench because they're trying to manipulate the cap a little bit to keep their core three guys like Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander all together, as well as some other good players. For the Wolves, like it's now or never because the problem is with the Wolves this year the fact that they got banged up with a lot of injuries. But why did you trade for a guard that has a history of ankle injuries? Like a lot of ankle injuries. Like I don't think LaMelo. Again, like I could be entirely wrong. I don't think LaMelo has ever completed a season where he's played like 70 or more games in a year. And I understand like he has a lot of offensive upside. Defensive wise, you could put what's that? Oh, a tumbleweed. You could put a tumbleweed out there. You could play probably better defense than LaMelo can. Because it's, bro, you watch LaMelo Ball play defense, brother. Swiss cheese is the term to use because holes just blow right by him. Josh Green's a good role player. I think that's a good like bench piece to pick up. But for the Hornets, like they get Naz Reid. I'm surprised that the Wolves gave up Naz Reid. I think he's a really good role player, especially with the whole like Rudy Gobert is like a net negative on offense a lot. And Naz Reid can like come off the bench and give him like a plus on offensive side of the ball. But they gave up a 2033 first round pick fully. They did pick swaps for 28, 29, 30, as well as they did a bunch of second round swaps between the two teams. So I'm surprised that the Hornets filled out the off, like went with the trade really fast for LaMelo, but after thinking about like it kind of makes sense because I think that there was not a lot in terms of teams wanting to trade for LaMelo Ball, especially with the fact that he has a ton of injury history.
Yeah, yeah, it really just overall was just very shocking to see. But I mean, who do you say won that trade? The Wolves or the Hornets?
It's it's hard because I think for the future wise, it really just depends because I think with Nas Reed, I think he adds punch to the Hornets front court that has been missing badly. For the Wolves, like I said, like they're in a crunch now. Like this ownership group is like, we gotta win now. And like they have to win within the next like season or two because they just I think they just re-signed Ayo Dosunmu to a new contract. They still have Anthony Edwards. They still have LaMelo Ball. Uh, this again, like Jay McDaniels still there. Still got Rudy Gobert. They have a nice, solid starting five, but it's like here's the problem: like when you have three guys, Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, and LaMelo Ball, all three have massive contracts. Your bench is going to suffer. So you got to have a season where you go like that, and you're just dominating the league, and you dominate, and you go into the NBA Finals, and you win that. If you don't win a Finals within the next 2 years, we're going to probably see Rudy Gobert get traded off. Probably LaMelo Ball gets traded off again. Maybe Ayo Dosunmu gets traded off. And potentially maybe Anthony Edwards. If they're going for a full teardown rebuild, who's to say Anthony Edwards might not get traded or disgruntled with what the Wolves are doing? Like we just don't know. And I think for the Hornets, like I think LaMelo, it's hard. I think he has a ton of offensive upside, but I think the Hornets were just fed up with his antics. Like he just like when he was there, he was good. But the problem is the fact that he wasn't there majority of the time that the Hornets needed him to be there. And for them, it's like this is like turning the new page. We got to go into a situation where, again, they have Brandon Miller. They have a lot of good, solid pieces there. It's a matter of like putting it together and making a good, cohesive team. And I felt like LaMelo was more of a liability than an asset. And I think that's the reason why they had to move on from him because his contract didn't make sense. His availability was bad, and they just need to move on.
Yeah, I would say like you mentioned before, the Timberwolves probably hit their ceiling. They lost to the Spurs in the conference semifinals, and honestly, in most of those games were kind of in an embarrassing fashion. So it was clear that their ceiling had kind of been reached. But as long as LaMelo stays healthy, I do think that in the short term that Minnesota has won this trade. I think just looking at all the valuable assets that the Hornets are receiving, I think in the long term, as long as they play their cards right in these future drafts, I do think that the Hornets could potentially have won this trade. It's really just a matter as if the Timberwolves win a finals this upcoming year, then maybe they reach that ceiling and they definitely would have won the trade. So, but only time will tell.
That's the only way that the Wolves win this trade. They have to win a finals. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't win a finals within the next like year or two, this trade's gonna age like milk in the sun. Mm-hmm. It ain't gonna be pretty. It's kind of like Levi and I's golf game. It ain't gonna be pretty. It's gonna be a little rough. But
yep.
I'll be here all night, folks.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, kind of staying on track with the NBA, Peter, I believe you have a game set up. Is that right?
Yes, we do. So we're going to be playing the new viral game called 82 and 0. Okay. Now, Levi, I am going. We'll actually go one. We can't go one by one, sadly, but we're going to do a head to head. What we're gonna do is fact that I'm gonna draft your team first. I'll be the honor system. Okay. I will tell you who's the best available player, who you can take, who you can't take, so on and so forth.
Okay.
And what you can do is the fact that you can re-roll on a team or an era. You only get 2 re-rolls, era and team. Okay. Have you played this before?
I have not, but I have seen some videos about it.
Okay. So we're gonna play it, and then basically you'll draft your team, I'll draft my team, and then
Okay.
and then I will reveal who has the higher win total. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, we're gonna do like a best 2 out of 3 on this. Okay.
Okay.
Because it does go pretty fast. So first spin for Levi. I will tell you the team and the era. Sacramento Kings in the 90s.
Oh boy.
The best available player is Mitch Richmond, who scored 23.4 points per game, 4.1 assists, 1.3 steals a game. But you also have Chris Webber, who scored 28 game, 13 boards, and 4 assists with 2 blocks and a steal and a half.
Okay.
You can either respin the team, respin the arrow, or take a player.
I'm gonna stick with the team. So I'm gonna go with Chris Webber.
All right. Do you want him at the center or the power forward spot?
Wait. So what were the 2 options?
Center or power forward?
Let's put him at power forward.
I agree with that. That's a good one. All right. Your next player, Levi.
Okay.
Phoenix in the 2010s. You have Amari Stoudemire, who has scored 23 points a game, about 9 boards, and a block per game. The second best player is Devin Booker, 21 points per game. This is like young Devin Booker, by the way. 21 points per game, 4.2 assists, and about 4 boards a game.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I feel like I
Again,
have to go.
You can either respin the team or you can respin the era. But the problem is Phoenix has some.
Well, you emphasize that this is a young Devin Booker, so in that
Correct. Again, 20 points per game, Devin Booker isn't bad, but it's not like 27 Booker where he's scoring like almost like 26, 27 a game.
Yeah, and I feel like I know you had sent something to me about how you did go 82-0. I think one of the key aspects is you need to get the average amount of points up higher if you really want to get to that.
You could get LeBron.
And I could get LeBron, yes.
You love LeBron.
So
You're a Glazer.
I'm gonna do a respin.
Team or era?
Respin the team.
Respinning the team. Okay. You get Clippers in the 2010s.
Clippers in the 2010s.
Blake Griffin is the best one, 21.6 points per game, about 9 boards and a steal per game. You have Tobias Harris around 20 points per game. Lou Williams, 21 points per game. But you got Chris Paul, who scored about 19 a game and about 10 assists a game.
I think we got to go with Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin, you want him at the center spot or the power forward? Or move Chris Webber to center and put him in power forward?
Put him at center.
Blake Griffin at center. Okay. Your next spin. Clippers in the 90s. Best players, Dominique Wilkins, 29 points per game.
That's it?
The other ones is Ron Harper for 19 points per game, but he's not as good as Chris Paul was because Chris Paul almost averaged a double-double. And yeah, but I recommend going Dominique Wilkins, at least for your sake, because almost scoring 30 points per game is really good.
We're gonna go with Dominique.
All right. Shout out to the human highlight reel, Dominique Wilkins. Next up, Phoenix again, 2000s.
Jeez.
Your available players are Stephen Marbury, 21 points per game, about 8 assists. Or you can go Steve Nash, 17 points per game and about 11 assists a game.
Well, I know that's pretty low for Steve Nash, but I do think I have to take him.
Steve Nash.
Yeah, I'm gonna take.
I think that was the right decision because you assists also do matter a little bit in this game.
Yes. Yeah.
And then your last team, if you want it, because you could have respin era.
Okay.
Indiana Pacers in the 90s. Best player is Reggie Miller, but he only scored 21 points per game during this time frame.
Oh man. Oh
You
gosh.
could respin era.
Oh no, we're playing a dangerous game there. Cause
You're between a
Go
rock and a
ahead.
hard place.
I know this is hard. I'm gonna go with Reggie Miller. I'm not gonna use that spin.
All right.
Big reveal. What is
Levi.
our NBA record?
Your record is 62-20.
Yikes.
Not
80,
bad.
It's not 80.
Not 82-0. I think the problem was you should have respun on a different team on the Blake Griffin one. Oh wait, no, we did because we actually respun and kept it. We did respin it because yeah. So honestly, though, I think the Reggie Miller one did kind of screw you over because again, like for how good Reggie Miller is, and no disrespect to Reggie Miller, like that kind of hurt you.
Yeah.
All right, this is.
It was either that. Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to my
like
team. I got the Knicks in the 90s. That's not even a question. Give me Patrick Ewing at center.
Okay.
Next one, Dallas in the 90s. We are respinning team on that because their best person is Jamal Mashburn, who scored under 20 points a game.
Interesting.
Woof. Bad.
Yikes.
Atlanta in the 90s. I'll take Dominique. 27 a game. Not terrible. Oh, God, Denver in the 90s. Oh. Oh, no. Wait, there's a player named Fat Lever?
That's an interesting name.
I'm going to respin era. Give me 20s. Give me Jokic. Oh, I spoke it into existence!
Are you serious? Oh my gosh.
I can move Patrick Ewing to the 4, and I'm going to take Nikola Jokic at my center. That is a disgusting combo.
Oh gosh, you're going to go 82-0.
Oh, no, I can't. I got Boston in the 80s, and I cannot take Larry Bird. All their best players are centers and power forwards, and they can't take either of them. I guess I gotta take Dennis Johnson at my point guard. Woof,
oh, man.
that is bad.
Wow.
And then I get the Bulls in the 60s.
No Michael Jordan there.
No Michael Jordan there. I'll take Guy Rogers. I went 70-12, so I win this round.
Okay. Peter wins round 1.
I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Atlanta in the 60s, I'll take Bob Pettit, even though he's a little bit problematic. If you know, you know. Golden State in the 90s, I'm going to respin the era because I could get Wilt or I could get Steph. And I got neither.
Bummer.
I got Golden State in the 70s. I got to take Rick Barry. Portland in 2010s. Dame is there. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. This is awful. I'll take Dame, I guess. Because here's the problem. I could go with a way worse team in a way worse era. Okay, Phoenix in the 2000s. I'm gonna respin team,
Okay.
and it got worse. I got Portland in the 2000s. Oh no, Brandon Roy, welcome to the squad. Sub 20 points per game. Shout out Brandon Roy. You had some awesome clips. I'm in Spain, but without the S. And then I get okay. Wait, this guy's be good. I'll move Bob Pettit to the 5, get to center, and I'll take Kevin Durant at the power forward. 68 and 14.
68 and 14. Okay.
Yeah. Luckily, we'll be putting up a graphic on the screen for people watching on YouTube to
Yeah.
follow along. Yeah, so my team was comprised of Dame, Brandon Roy, Rick Barry, KD, Bob Pettit. If you know, you know. That's a problematic team.
Okay.
All right, Levi, your first
Wait,
spin.
hang on. What did you say the record already?
It was I think it said it was like 68 and 14.
68 and 14. Okay.
Your first spin, Charlotte in the 2000s. My recommendation, respin team. Get off of Charlotte. It's very bleak.
Okay. I will take that.
Your best player would have been Jason Richardson, who scored like about 21 points per game. No bueno.
No bueno. Okay.
No bueno. Okay, Orlando in the 2000s. Your best player is T-Mac, scoring 28 a game.
Okay, I mean, yeah, can't turn that down. Let's
All
do
right.
that.
T-Mac is at the 3 spot. You can move him to shooting guard. Okay, Wizards in the 70s. Best players, Earl Monroe, scoring about 22 a game, but you got Elvin Hayes, who averaged a double-double, scoring 21 a game with 13 boards and 2.5 blocks.
Yeah, let's Earl Malone. Yeah, I think we go with him.
Over Elvin Hayes.
To be fair, my basketball IQ is not very much there. I mean, what would you suggest?
I personally recommend Elvin Hayes and put him at the 4 spot because you can go with a much better point guard than Earl Monroe.
Okay, well let's go with your decision, your choice.
I mean, shoot, you're getting a guy who averages a double-double a game.
Okay, yeah, let's take it.
Okay, Sacramento in the 20s. You got De'Aaron Fox scoring 25 a game on 6 assists. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis averaged 18 points, 12 boards, 6 assists. Fox averaged 25 and 6. Zach LaVine 21 a game. DeMar 20 a game.
Who I'm kind of in between Zach and DeMar.
Not De'Aaron.
I don't know. I do like Zach LaVine personally, but well, yeah, let's I'm gonna go with Zach LaVine.
Okay, Zach LaVine is at your 2 spot then. Next player. Bulls in the 70s. You could re-roll era. You still have that option. You could get Jordan. Jordan in the 80s and 90s is like good. And if you get 20 Derrick Rose.
100%. 100% taking the risk there. Let's re-roll the era. 90s? No. 30s? 40s? What is it?
They didn't exist in the 30s and 40s. You got 60s.
What is it? The 60s? Oh, gosh.
Bob Boozer is the only good player on this team. He averaged 20 a game with 8.7 boards.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, well, no. Cooked.
I have no choice but to take him, I guess.
Hey, you had to take the risk, though. Jordan was right there.
Yeah. That's
All right.
crazy. I can't believe that.
You got it made up for it because you, my friend, got your favorite player of all time.
What era?
Miami in the 2010s. You got peak LeBron.
Oh, peak LeBron. Let's go.
He's at your point
Let-
guard because he can actually go in point
Yep,
guard
sir.
spot.
Yeah. Oh, that's huge. Oh no. What else? What just happened now?
67 and 15.
Huh?
You went 67 and 15.
Oh, 67 and 15.
Oh,
That's tough.
don't do 6-7. Don't do that to me. Don't hit 6-7. But in all honesty, Levi, I'm gonna give that to you. I think your team is way better than mine, personally.
Well, didn't you say you were like 68 and 14 or something? Like you were
Yeah,
pretty
by
close?
one game. But I personally would give that to you because I think your team is better than mine,
Yeah.
personally. So
Oh, I love that.
we'll call it 1-1. We'll call it 1-1.
Yeah. Okay.
So
this is pretty.
this is your last team right here.
Yep. Let's see. here.
Detroit in the 2000s. Grant Hill is your best player with 26 a game, about 7 boards, and about 5 assists a game. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's honestly I like that. Let's go with Grant Hill.
Grant Hill's at your 3. Next spin is Washington in the 90s. You got Jeff Malone here. You could go Bernard King. You could move Grant Hill to your 2 spot and take Bernard King, who scored 25 a game and averaged 5 and 5 for assists and boards. Jeff Malone, shooting guard, 24 a game. Chris Webber, 21 a game with about 10 boards and 4 assists, and about almost like 2 blocks in and 2 steals per game. But you could re-roll team and get Jordan or any other good players in the 90s. Or if you re-roll era and roll the dice with how bad the Washington franchises have been.
What year did you say this was? The 90s?
90s.
90s. Let's re-roll the team.
Re-rolling the team. Golden State. That's not bad. Mitch Richmond, 23 a game, about 5 boards. Chris Mullin, 21 a game, 5 boards, 4 assists. But you could re-roll era, and Golden State has a lot of really good players. Like, you could get Wilt in the 60s.
Man, do I really double down and do
eras? But you also could get Steph. You could get KD.
Yeah.
The only era that's kind of bleak is 2000s. But every other era is like 80s is okay. I if I remember correctly, but like Wilt's there, Steph is there, KD is there, Clay is there.
Those big guys. Let's re-roll the era now.
Re-roll an era. 70s. Okay, you get Rick Barry.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Rick Barry's not bad. I think he led the league in points one year. Toronto in the 90s. So these are the baby Raptors. Best players, Damon Stoudemire, 19 a game with about 9 assists. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Vince Carter
we can't
was
re-roll anyway, so.
Yeah, Vince Carter was there, but he wasn't great. All right, you got Bulls in the 2010s. Dark times.
Sorry.
Your best available player is Pau Gasol, averaging about 18 a game and about 11 boards. Because the other players that you could have gotten were Derrick Rose, but obviously he's unavailable. Dwayne Wade, but this is like D Wade when he started going downhill. And then Zach LaVine, but like Zach LaVine's just been fairly consistent. He's about 21 a game.
Okay.
So go Pau.
Well, I guess, best available.
All right, Pau Gasol at your 4. Last player center. This game, guys.
No way. What do you got?
Do you want LeBron or do you want Anthony Davis? You got Lakers in the
LA?
20s. Yep.
20s. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna take LeBron, of course.
Over Anthony Davis. You
Oh,
do need a
man,
center.
gosh.
Anthony Davis averaged 24 points a game, about 11 boards, a steal, and 2 blocks a game. LeBron averaged 26, about 8 boards, just over 7 assists, a steal per game, and just shy of a block per game.
You know what? I'll take the risk on Anthony Davis.
On AD?
Yeah, the LA
Shocked.
LA truthfully was like his best era.
68 and 14. That's not bad.
Okay, that's
All right,
one.
I gotta
one
beat.
more
I
win.
gotta beat 68 and 14, which is hard. I got Indiana in the
never know.
90s. Frick.
No, not.
Can't do Indiana in the
no.
90s. That's terrible. I got something worse. I got Dallas in the 90s. No.
Oh no, you just.
That's
fumbling
terrible.
your-
Oh no. I should have taken Reggie Miller. Frick.
Oof. What are you gonna do?
Jamal Mashburn, welcome to the squad.
Oh my gosh.
Sub 20 points per game scorer. I want to cry. Oh no, Milwaukee in the 90s? I can't do this.
Could re-roll the era for Giannis.
I gotta reroll air for Giannis. I got 2010. This is before Giannis became like Giannis.
Oof.
I guess I gotta take Giannis about 19 a game with like 8 boards and like over a steal and a block per game. I'll put him at my 4. Oh my god, this is the worst start. And then I went back to Indiana in the 90s.
Are you serious? Wow.
It's the worst. Portland in the 2010s. To our audio listeners, I am in Spain, but without the S right now. It's bad. It's a bad time. Not a good time. It's a bad time.
Nice.
Golden State in
Bad
the
times.
70s. I get me Nate Thurman. This team is terrible. 58 and 24. You win.
Dang. Wow.
What do you
That's
want
quite
me
the
to do? That's like one of the worst teams I've ever had. I had terrible
I know.
rolls.
Well, I know you can't do anything, but man, that's just crazy.
Oh, that was horrible.
Jeez.
All right, well, you win. Congratulations.
Thank you. Very
You
proud. I
win.
did a lot of work there.
A lot of hard work.
That's fun though. I know I can understand the trend for it. It's very addicting. Well, okay. I do, matter of fact, have a couch for us to rate today. Please give your thoughts on that couch.
We're going to be showing this on the screen, right, for our
Yeah.
video watchers.
Yep, they will get to see it on the screen here.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Where's it at? Wait, where is it at?
It's on our Discord.
Oh, there it is. I couldn't find it for a quick second.
We
Oh,
got a nice little sectional here.
all right. For our audio listeners, it's a white sectional, and I just like the room in general. It's like in a brick house that has like some brick and some wood on the inside. Some good old
Yeah.
artistic paintings in the backgrounds.
Kind of looks like it's like some apartment building in like a
Like New York. Like an
New
upper
York,
scale New York, apartment.
That's what I'm
Um,
picturing.
Yeah, it's a white couch, like L sectional that has a white footrest on it.
Yeah.
I would say my only qualms with the fact that there's just no end tables on like either end.
Yeah. I could see that. Bet it's comfortable though.
Oh, I bet it's 100% comfortable. I'd sleep on this.
Totally. I'm
Wait, now the
giving
question
it
is this like cotton or is this leather? That's a big difference.
Looking at it, I feel like it's leather.
Oh
That
no, I would have.
maybe,
If
maybe.
this
I
was
don't
if
know.
this was like a cotton one, like easily like a 9 out of 10. Here's the problem: if it's like a hot summer day, leather just sticks to your skin.
Yeah. Yeah, but
It's
I don't know.
bad.
I can't really tell. Despite whatever type of material it's used, I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
I give it a 7. It's solid, not terrible. But if it was like a cotton one or like a whatever fabric's like softer, like 9 easily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Absolutely, I like it. So, well, we are once again here at another end of the video. Please be sure to follow us on YouTube, give us a comment, like, subscribe, follow us on all of our social medias, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Um, I'd love to get some feedback, some interaction in the comments. So, but we do appreciate everybody for watching. Peter, do you have anything else to add?
Uh, no, not really. I mean, again, just thank you for the support. And just again, like we're doing our best. Hey, we're back. We should be back. Hopefully, in a more like regular scheduled time. Because it was again, we apologize. It was just weird overlap. I went on vacation, then Levi and Aiden both like went on vacation as soon as I got done. So it was just very. We tried multiple times. Schedules just didn't align. The stars didn't align at all.
Oh, they
Like,
didn't.
wasn't there like a? I was about to say, was there like a One Republic song, something like that? Like is it like We'll Be Counting
Oh,
Stars or something? I almost like start
oh,
singing
yeah.
that, but I don't want to sing. I don't want to sing it because we'll get copyright struck. We'll get copyright struck so hard. So can't do that.
But
But yeah, we're in the dog days of summer right now. I just been catching up with the World Cup. But the good news is, again, I've been elaborating this. I've been alluding to it. We are going to do a full episode dedicated to MLB soon. A full episode.
yes,
Because
we're
again,
getting that in
I
work.
again, if the sports world can just like calm down for like 20 seconds, we can do a full episode dedicated to baseball because, you know, again, Brendan Sorsby, that came out of left field. That should never have happened. If
Yeah.
the NBA can like not have a spasm attack for like 20 seconds, we can actually focus on talking about other sports other than the NBA. Because
sure.
again, I love baseball. I want to talk about baseball. I love the World Cup. Shout out to Japan. Shout out to the Japanese people for cleaning up the stadiums afterwards. Really nice. Good,
Yeah.
like good on you for helping out the janitors and stuff like that. But no, I got
Love
nothing
that.
really big going on. Just been chilling out, vegging. 4th of July is going to be coming out next week, which we will get an episode out before July 4th. That's a promise.
Yes, we will.
We
We
are
will get that out.
we're going to be decked out in red, white, and blue.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna be doing a lot of American things that episode. So
America, baby. Can't wait.
yeah, but we're gonna be getting that done. Again, this episode hopefully it's gonna be dropping. What, like Levi? Probably Saturday, potentially.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
It better be Saturday because we also need to get. We're also gonna try and get another episode recorded and uploaded before 4th of July. So we'll get that done as quickly as possible. But
that sounds
but
good.
Levi, you gotta get going because you gotta go to a little party for a friend of ours.
Dude, yeah, celebrating.
We won't say what it is for privacy's sakes, but
yeah,
he's got to get going
got some
soon.
friends to celebrate, so we can't wait. So, but thank you guys again so much for watching. Again, be sure to follow, like, and subscribe. Follow us everywhere on our social medias. Thank you again, and we will see you guys next time. So take care and enjoy your sports.
Scotland forever!